Space Godzilla is a heavily modified Godzilla clone kaiju created by Toho that first appeared in the 1994 film Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla. Space Godzilla looks similar to Godzilla in many ways, but his skin is navy blue with a patch of dark reddish purple skin that appears much smoother than the rest of his skin on his abdominal area. He is bulkier in build as well as being taller. He has two massive white crystals that erupt from his shoulders, and his tail is much longer, ending with several crystal-like spikes. His dorsal plates on his back are made of similar crystals and are white in color. As a result of him being bulkier, Space Godzilla has difficulty walking and he cannot run, but he makes up for this by having the ability to fly through telekinesis. In addition, his mouth area appears closer to Biolante's, as he has sharp teeth and tusks on the side of his mouth. He has fire orange eyes and a trans-orange crest on his forehead. Space Godzilla is one of the most intelligent of Godzilla's foes in the series, exhibiting displays of planned combat strategy throughout the movie. This is further evidenced by the fact Space Godzilla sought to dominate the Earth of his own free will instead of other monsters, which only cause random destruction, and only involvement in world domination is to carry out their master's will. Due to his overly muscular body, Space Godzilla prefers to attack with his corona beam from a distance, and was at times overwhelmed by Mogura's assault in close quarters due to this. His short and stumpy arms meant that he couldn't reach the mech without using his tail, making his actual fighting skills weak. Unlike Godzilla, who in the Heisei series of films is depicted as a force of nature, neither good nor evil, Space Godzilla appears to have an element of true malice, as the monster was said by the cosmos to be headed to Earth for the purpose of defeating Godzilla. According to the cosmos, Space Godzilla intended to kill Godzilla so that the Earth would be defenseless when he dominated it, allowing him to rule. In Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla, the human characters hypothesize that Godzilla's cells, somehow cast into space, fell into a black hole and mutated into a partially crystalline life form, which then came out from a white hole. It is not known for certain what caused the Godzilla cells to fall into the black hole, but it is explained in the film that either cells from Godzilla's previous clone, Biollante, escaped Earth's orbit when she rose into space after battling Godzilla in 1989, or that Mothra unknowingly carried the cells into space on her wings when she was going to space to deflect a meteor headed for Earth in 1993, and at some point, cells were sucked in it. When Trendmasters introduced Space Godzilla in their Godzilla Wars toy line, they made a slightly modified origin based on the Mothra theory, in which Godzilla cells did not become a crystalline life form through the exposure to black and white holes, but rather a fusion with an unknown pre-existing crystalline life form causing his crystals. In Godzilla Island episodes 1 to 5, Xylee and Zaragoza attacked Godzilla Island. When Torima attacked her ship, she released Space Godzilla to attack. Godzilla roars at his clone, Space Godzilla, reaches the command center and attacks, shooting the command center with his ray. Godzilla then arrives and grapples with Space Godzilla, neither being able to overpower the other. Torima then tells Godzilla to destroy Space Godzilla's shoulder crystals. Godzilla obeys and fires his atomic ray, blowing up the crystals. Godzilla and Torima's ship fire their rays, and the combined efforts destroys Space Godzilla. Space Godzilla is considered to be one of Godzilla's most powerful foes. In the film, Godzilla was quickly defeated by Space Godzilla in their first encounter and required help from Mogura to finally defeat him. Space Godzilla can fire a corona beam from his mouth that he can control as it moves through the air. Space Godzilla has super regenerative powers and has telekinesis, which he can use to move and levitate objects. Space Godzilla can fly by means of encasing himself in crystals. On Earth, he is also shown being able to levitate himself and fly around in an upright posture. He increases in power by being near gigantic crystals that he creates. He can conduct energy through touch. He is able to implant cosmic power in structures that can transmit a signal and have them act as an energy source. Space Godzilla can encase his body in a shield to deflect projectiles. His tail is somewhat prehensile and can lift heavy objects after stabbing them with the crystals on its tip. Space Godzilla is able to unleash bolts of energy from his shoulder crystals and emits an aura that causes electrical disturbances. According to the documented research on the Godzilla wiki page, Space Godzilla does have weaknesses. Space Godzilla's shoulder crystals are not strong enough to withstand Mogura's spiral grenade missiles. If his shoulder crystals are destroyed, Space Godzilla's power becomes drastically weakened. Space Godzilla's skin is somewhat resistant to Godzilla's atomic breath, however not Godzilla's red atomic breath. It is also pitifully weak to Mogura's nose drill. Space Godzilla is also heavily disadvantaged in melee combat due to his heavy build and comparatively short arms, making him weak in melee combat. Instead, he has to use a ranged defense. Space Godzilla is about 250 meters tall and 80,000 metric tons. So what do you guys think of the implementation of Space Godzilla in the future Godzilla films? Let me know in the comments and like this video if you haven't yet. I am the Iceman. More videos to come.